Hey guys, welcome to my September favourites video. It feels really odd almost talking in this video because the last couple of videos I've been doing with like a voiceover or a music over because my voice has been quite croaky. So I'm really excited and it feels a bit odd to be talking. So this is my September favourites video, which is insane. I mean, next week, or no, this week, so in a few days we're actually heading down to Wellington to go to the World of Wearable Arts Festival in New Zealand. It's an amazing wearable arts show. It is just the coolest stage show to go to, and it's one of those events that have been sort of like in the periphery for like a really long time, and it just seems crazy because that was always like the end of year event and now it is here. It just blows my mind. I feel like as I get older and older, the year is just going by like that. But today we're here to talk about some of the September favourites. It has been awesome thinking of the transition into spring. It has been so wet and rainy lately that I am completely over the winter season. I did have a month break during the winter season, so for people that haven't had a break and have just had to deal with the rain for months on end, I feel for you, because even with that I'm just ready to go straight into spring, to transition, to get some warmer weather and to say goodbye to those clouds. I've been quite hair focused this month. I did a little bit something different with my hair early in the month that involved bleaching it. First of all, I didn't bleach the roots and I bleached the ends just to give my colour more vibrance. That didn't work out so well. My roots were too dark, the ends were too light, so then we had to change it up a bit. So my hair has been through quite a lot this month, probably more than it has ever been because I've basically never bleached my hair. So I've really been trying to focus on products that are really going to enhance the colour, that aren't going to be damaging, and that are going to be really like nourishing to get it back to a good state, because my hair is usually really good. So without rambling, I'm going to start. So this one I've got straight out of my shower. It is a little bit wet. It is the Keratin Complex Blondeshell Debrass and Brighten shampoo. And it is a purple shampoo. What? What? Come here, monkey. Isn't he gorgeous? Hey, monkey. You don't look that happy in that position. There you go. Yes, so this is a purple shampoo. I've also tried the Keratin Complex, the blue bottled conditioner, and that is amazing. It honestly makes your hair feel so good, and you can feel it as soon as you use it, because when you're in the shower you can literally just run your fingers through your hair and it is not free. It just feels amazing. Even when I'm at the hairdressers and they use it, you can feel it. It just feels so good. So yeah, this is a blonde shampoo. It's quite an interesting texture because it is kind of gel-like, I would say. But it really does the job. Basically, my hairdresser recommended it to me because when your hair is red, or kind of like my colour, it can get a bit coppery, and this is a debrassing shampoo, so it works the same as if you were blonde, because I want the brassiness taken out of it. I want it to be a nice purple red, and so I've been using this. I've been using this since about, I think maybe like mid-June. I did buy the Way products, which you would have seen if you watched my hair lob haul or something like that, and I do really like them, but that is more for my volume, so I kind of switch between them. But for brightening my hair up, I really like this, and it is, how many mils? It's 400 mils, and I think it was only like $38, so you get so much product. And I'm honestly like, I took this away with me and I'm still up to like about there, so tons and tons of product. This is amazing. This is my second bottle, but again, I have had this for months and months, and this is, I don't actually need my second bottle yet, but I picked it up as a backup because I know that I'm going to run out soon. It has a massive pump on the top, like super massive, and to be honest, when I first got this, even though it said 250 mils, I thought there was a lot less product in it. It didn't feel like it held a lot, but it just keeps pumping out and it just keeps going, which is amazing. It is the Fabuloso Purple Red Colour Intensifying Conditioner. It is like basically the colour of hair dye. It is a really pigmented, rich purple red, like literally if you crushed raspberries, it's kind of like that intensity. So often I will wear gloves in the shower when I apply it. I apply it all over because I want my roots to get a bit brighter as well, but it can stay in your hands, so that is a word of warning. But it is honestly amazing. I use this about 2 out of the 3 times I wash my hair a week, or 1 out of the 2, so I kind of alternate. Recently I have been using the Keratin Complex for shampooing, and then if I'm not using this, I'll be using the Way Volume shampoo. Not shampoo, the Way Volume conditioner, and those two together, like my hair today, is what I washed that with last night, and it feels amazingly soft. But otherwise I will use this one. I will wash my hair like as much as I can, sometimes twice depending on how much product I've used that week, and then I will put this on and I'll leave it in for at least a good 5 minutes. It says wait 3 minutes and then rinse until the water runs clear. Word of warning, obviously if you have red purple hair you probably know this already, but it does stain your towels, and it does stain your towels. Like I never don't get colour like coming out of my hair, so I use an old towel, and definitely use an old towel if you're using something like this. But honestly, it's amazing. I think it's about $45, and again, it is 250 mils, but this will last you a really, really long time, and it is amazing. The All Over Nourishing Mousse. This stuff is amazing. I always use it if I'm going to blow dry my hair. I have been trying to avoid blow drying it too much because, like I said, with the bleaching. But what I'll do is I'll let my hair basically dry for maybe like 10 minutes until it's not like sopping wet. I'll chuck a bit of Moroccan oil through the ends, just a little bit. Don't want it to be too greasy. And then I'll take like a serious dollop of this and I'll split it in half and put half on each side of my hair, and then I'll continue to blow dry it. When I first got it, I was putting it in my roots, but I just don't like that feeling. I felt too crispy, like my parting was a bit stiff. So now I basically put it from there down, and it just allows my hair to hold a curl a lot better than if it had no product in it at all. Gives it a bit of grit, gives it a bit of hold, and honestly I can get away with my hair for like 4 days if I have to, and it's fine, which I really, really like. And this one is, what is it, 250 mils, and it was $36. I actually had a voucher, so I only got it for $16, which was amazing. But honestly, it's so nice, not crunchy, very hydrating, very nourishing, if you can believe a mousse can do that, and I really, really like it. Plus the smell is like amazing. Moving on to makeup, because let's be honest, we know a lot of us are here for makeup. I love makeup. I've used this in a few. Have I used this in a few videos? I definitely used it in one of them. It's coming up or is up. God, I'm so mysterious sometimes. This is the L'Oreal Nude Magique Cushion Foundation. I hope you can see that without my light. This is the shade number 7. I think it's something like golden beige. I actually would prefer number 9, even though I'm in my winter colour, which is like crazy. This is slightly too pale, but I can totally get away with it with a bit of bronzer. It's one of those cushion foundations like that. I've never owned anything like this before, but it's honestly amazing. I heard some people on YouTube talking about it, and I hadn't even given it really a second thought. Didn't really think I wanted to try it, but I am looking for something a bit more everyday wear, everyday friendly, but more lightweight, because I love this foundation. Like today I'm wearing the Becca Ultimate Coverage Complexion Cream Foundation. Always such a tongue tie. And I absolutely love it, but a lot of the time on a daily basis I don't wear heavy makeup, so I will often just wear something super lightweight, and with this I will often use my beauty blender, or I have been loving the Zoeva 104 buffer brush. It's like a flat top kabuki, so easy, literally just chuck it in, swirl it on. I will usually wear this with my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade Sand. I love these two together. The texture and the coverage just go hand in hand. The colours work perfectly together, and it's not too brightening under the eyes, because obviously this one, I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. Obviously this one gives you a much more natural finish, so I usually pair it with a much more natural finish concealer as well. Amazing. I will totally be getting the darker shade for summer, because I feel like it's just so easy. You can chuck it in your bag, you can touch it up, and it just gives you a beautiful dewy glow that is not too heavy, it doesn't get too shiny, and it's perfect. And I'm not a huge lightweight foundation person, so that is saying something. I love this. Thought I would talk about a different setting powder this month. I have 2 of these, and this one I have hit pan. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder. It is in the shade Diffused Light. It is absolutely beautiful. One thing I really like about the Hourglass powders is the pan that they have on the bottom. I find that this means that you can completely use up the product. You are not left wasting money. Basically, because it is all checkered on the bottom, it really holds onto the product. So even though I've hit pan, it's not affecting any of their product around it, which I love. Unlike sometimes with the NARS Laguna bronzer, as soon as you hit pan, it basically makes the rest of the structure of the powder really weak, and it's most likely to break and crack. Whereas this is genius. I never thought I'd appreciate something like that, but I honestly do. I love this powder. It is a beautiful kind of pale yellowy toned powder. It's so smooth, so finely milled. It's literally like airbrushing your face, and it just doesn't crease. It It just gives a beautiful finish. It's a little bit warmer than my Bourjois Happy Balance powder, which I also love. That's like my favorite cheaper alternative, but this powder is amazing. I've had it for ages, and as long as you keep powders hygienic, they can literally last you a lifetime. So I think it's a great investment if you are looking for something, and often I'll wear dim light in summer. Love it. I had a bit of dark circles at the start of the month. I did have a cold, so I was kind of dehydrated. Speaking of that, I would really go for like a nice icy lemon water right now, which I'm totally gonna make soon. But to help combat that slight darkness, now let's be honest, I'm gonna say slight darkness, I'm not gonna exaggerate it. I didn't have hard out bags, but this is the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. I've had this since I worked overseas. We got given one basically when they first came out, and it is beautiful. It's like a peachy salmon color. It's kind of pink, quite luminescent, and it's just beautiful to apply with your finger in the inner corner, or to apply with, like, this is dirty, I apologize, something like the Zoeva Concealer Buffer Brush. I adore putting it on with this. It really just brings a whole lot of light to your inner corner, and then your concealer goes on perfectly over the top. So it really just color corrects in the slightest way so that your concealer looks the best that it can, and you don't get any of that darkness coming through. Brilliant. And I know that Becca brought out a whole lot of other color correcting stuff, which I don't own, but that was the original, and it is my favorite. I'm going to mention two lip products before I go on to my eyeliners, which seem to be rolling away from me. It's what I'm wearing today. I really like it as a transition from the winter to the springtime. The first one is the NARS. This is the Bahama lip pencil. It is a velvet matte lip pencil. It is beautiful. It's like a pinky, browny, purpley, mauvey, you know, all those colors type of lip pencil, and I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And then I paired it with this, and this is the Maybelline, one of their creamy mattes. It's in the shade Nude, Nuance, in the shade 657. So I'll put that next to it. They literally are exactly what they say. They are a beautiful creamy matte, and that's the colour next to it. So first of all, I put NARS on, and then I put a bit of the Maybelline over the top, and it just darkened it up, and it just made it really silky because my lips are a little bit on the dry side at the moment. Okay, I want to talk about a blusher. Again, this is from Hourglass, so I apologize if you're not an Hourglass fan, but I love this blush. I owned it for so long, and I honestly tell you, so long. I got it from my old work, and I had it because I love Hourglass products. I was like, yeah, of course I want it. But whenever I looked at it, I was like, you know, it's quite a sad looking blush. There's literally nothing special. I would swatch it. Doesn't really even show up. It just looks like a really pale peach. And then one day I decided that I wanted to try it, and I just put it on my cheeks, and honestly it is like the most beautiful blush. I'm actually going to put a little bit on now. I just realised I didn't even put blush on in my video because I just filmed this makeup look as well. So keep your eyes out for that. It just gives such a beautiful peachy colour. It's not too intense, which is exactly what I want in a blush. I don't really like to look like I'm wearing a lot of blush. I just want it to complement my skin tone. I don't know if you can see that, but it just gives the most beautiful amount of luminescence. I just realised I haven't even said what the name is. It is the Ambient Lighting Blush in Dim Infusion. So if you have this, get it out of your collection. If you don't have this, check it out and make sure you try it on if you do come to a store, because it will blow your mind. Another makeup product I want to talk about is the Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Palette. I brought this when I went to Europe recently. It is stunning. I'm trying not to get the reflection of the lighting. It is absolutely beautiful. Maybe if I hold it like, this is the difficulty, like that. It is absolutely stunning, and honestly I haven't used this for so long since I brought it. It wasn't as pigmented as I first thought, but upon working with it a little bit more, I really love it. I mean, it actually does smell like chocolate, just like the Chocolate Soleil bronzer, which I adore. And this is beautiful. It's totally my colours. I mean, peanut butter is basically one of the reasons I chose this palette over the original chocolate bar palette. The blueberry swirl, love that. Caramel, love that. I use this one frosting, I use truffled, I use mousse. This mousse one is a great all over sort of lid colour when you're sort of prepping your lids, as well as that is a beautiful colour. It's got a black, so as you may notice, I've been loving doing my eyeliner with a black eyeshadow. It's a lot softer, it still gives you the definition, but it just looks nice and smoky. So I have been loving this palette. It was a hard choice, and I'm so glad I got this one. Okay, so we've got about 3 more things to go, and today I want to talk about the Morphe Brushes palette. This one is the 35k palette. I will put a link below if you want to get this in New Zealand. I'm pretty sure I know a website that sells it. It is stunning. I also love the 350 palette, but this one has some beautiful colours as well. My favourite colours, and a lot of them I am wearing today, is this one, this one, this one, this one. And I love these kind of steely blues. I love that kind of colour, and it's often quite hard to find colours like that and that are so pigmented and really suit your skin tone, and I think these ones are absolutely stunning. You get so many colours, and I always apply the shimmers with my fingers, which I've probably said in previous videos, but they're just so versatile. You can do a hard out look, you can do a pretty casual look. Like, I would describe this look as glam but casual. Like, it's not heavy eyelashes, it's nothing like that. So this is so multi-use, and they travel really well, which is perfect. I just want to talk to you about 2 eyeliners. Now, this one I've probably mentioned before, but recently I used it again today, and I have been using it throughout the month, and I absolutely love it. It's the NARS Night Series eyeliner. It's in the shade Night Porter, I'm pretty sure. It's actually rubbing off. It's one of those self-sharpening ones, so it winds up and then you pull off the end, and that's how you sharpen it. Do not put this in an actual sharpener like I did when I first started work. I completely botched the packaging. It's so creamy, it's just so pigmented, and it just goes on beautifully in like the waterline, tight line, anywhere you want, lower lash line. It's absolutely stunning. It's like a beautiful emerald green, and I just love it so much because it's dark enough to look like a black, but it has that kind of luminosity and that density that's like, oh, am I black, am I not? And the green just goes with my eye colour really well, so it is like a win-win all around. Another one I used in one of my recent tutorials, but it's one of my absolute favourites. Again, this is the By Terry, what is it called? Precision Waterproof Crayon Khol Terrybly in the shade 10 Festive Gold. I have loved this for so long. Again, mega creamy. One thing I would say is that the By Terry lids are really annoying, and often I'll find that it has fallen off and then I have to sharpen it and you're wasting product because it does go dry. But that is the colour. I think it's absolutely stunning. Again, super long wearing, like ridiculously long wearing. I love it. It's very nice in your waterline because it really just highlights your eyes. It does give you that definition, but it also brings a lot of light and a lot of, like, I don't know, just glam to your eyes basically. It is amazing. So without rambling too much longer, because I don't want to have to edit out a whole lot of this content, I'm probably going to end it there and say that that's basically my favourites for the month of September. I hope you guys have had an amazing month. I'm really excited for you guys in the Northern Hemisphere who are going into fall. I have one friend overseas and she is like autumn mad, so it's been really interesting seeing all her stuff, all her excitement of getting into that season, because again, it is one of my favourite seasons as well. I love the colour palettes, but in terms of weather in New Zealand, I'm definitely more excited for spring because I want that summer and I want it as soon as it comes. So that has been my favourites for the month. If you guys have some favourites you'd want to share with me or think that I would want to try, I would really love to know. Like, honestly, I love to know things that people are trying because, you know, that's just how the world goes around. If you want it, then I probably want it, and then I want to try it. So leave me a comment down below. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see my future content. I would love to welcome you to my little video family community. Have an amazing day, have an amazing month, and I will talk to you soon. Bye. Hey guys, welcome to my ride or die makeup tag video. Who's excited? I'm excited. I always ask if you're excited, but blatantly I'm excited.